Like our Assistant City Manager, Sonia Delgado, already has the answer for you on the roof, so.
Good afternoon, Mayor, members of the council. Sonia Delgado, Assistant City Manager. I've already sent an email over. I did speak to a couple.
Okay.
City Councilors and Mayor, my name is Sarah Smith. Since you're working on finding solutions to the increased crime and drugs in and near the Desert Hope Affordable Homeless Housing Project, I wanted to share some information with you from the perspective of a person who has been living in Housing First projects for many years. I will call this person Vanessa to protect her identity. Vanessa grew up in foster care before transitioning into Housing First apartments 20 years ago. She expected that her transition out of foster care would take her to where she would be helped in learning the skills she needed to become independent and ready to strike out on her own. Yet the reality was much different. Instead of being in an environment where she could learn and thrive, Vanessa found herself in a chaotic environment filled with drugs, violence, and prostitution. Alongside the elderly and people trying desperately to improve their situations, there were many people who were struggling with addiction and mental health problems. This is because Housing First offers unconditional housing to people, meaning that there are no requirements for people to abstain from alcohol or drugs in order to receive housing. In Vanessa's experience living in various Housing First projects for the last 20 years, fighting and violence are common occurrences. Drug and alcohol usage are rampant, such that those who are trying to escape from drug addiction and alcoholism are unlikely to succeed when the temptation is so often right in front of them. Some of the apartments have housed violent men, including men who are members of known hate groups as well as sex offenders. Vanessa has had her windows broken, her screen door has been torn off the hinges, she has suffered sleep deprivation due to excessive noise. The apartments and facilities are often not kept up, such that at times Vanessa has had to wash her clothes in her bathtub since the washing machines are broken. The living environment is so turbulent that Vanessa has turned to alcohol herself at times as a way to cope with living there. Vanessa is hesitant to speak about her experiences living in Housing First apartments. In the past, when she has made complaints about the living conditions to try to improve the situation, she has been retaliated against by the people who run the apartments. She has faced bullying and racial slurs from some of the staff of apartment complexes. Here in Las Cruces, the Desert Hope apartments have echoed the same problems that Vanessa has faced elsewhere. The nearby neighborhood, as well as residents of Desert Hope, have spoken up repeatedly about the problems there, including drugs, violence, trespassing, property damage, and prostitution. Although this Housing First project has provided shelter to homeless people, there are many other ways in which this model is failing our community and the people who live there. Like Vanessa, it is clear to people living here at Desert Hope that the Housing First model fails because of the drugs and violence that come along with it. Here, too, people living in Desert Hope are afraid to speak out for fear of retaliation. I urge the city to consider options that include treatment for drug and alcohol abuse instead of continuing to promote and fund Housing First projects. Thank you. Mayor, can I also make my comment for the appeal because I won't be able to stay?
Sure.
Okay, it'll be short.
Okay.
Thank you. I am in support of the appeal to overturn the special use permit for the cannabis business on the parcel of land near Tutti Bambini and the Challenger Learning Center. Given that these two businesses I just mentioned target children specifically, and that there are also residential homes within the 300-foot buffer distance, I don't think it would be in the best interests of our community to allow a cannabis dispensary in that location. I am not opposed to cannabis dispensaries in general, but I urge the city to take into account the overall well-being of the community when determining whether to allow exceptions to the 300-foot buffer zone for these businesses. Studies have shown that increased density of tobacco, alcohol, and cannabis businesses is associated with an increase in youth substance abuse. Given the proximity to two businesses catering to children and the nearby family homes, please vote in support of this resolution to deny the special use permit. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.